things to me about my family, you know, said that my dad raped me and all, and you know, all type of stuff. So I don't respect that, and it still hasn't been a apology from him yet, because every time I see Ryan, I would have fought him. I would street fought him. You use drugs to cheat against me. It happened on national TV.
As the boxing world eagerly anticipates Ryan Garcia's highly anticipated comeback, Claressa Shields has reignited their rivalry, making it clear that she's not backing down in the slightest. Following the highly controversial bout between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, opinions have been divided. The revelation that Ryan Garcia tested positive for PEDs sent shockwaves through the boxing world, and Claressa Shields didn't hold back in her fierce reaction. As Garcia's comeback looms, Shields has once again unleashed her fury, making it clear that she holds no reservations about him whatsoever.
Because Ryan's a drug cheat, and he know he cheated.
While many in the boxing world have hailed Ryan Garcia's last fight as a powerful showcase of his performance, particularly praising his strong left hook, Claressa Shields has completely disagreed. She dismissed it as nothing more than a druggie's hook, tainted by Osterine rather than a display of true strength. Shields went on to elaborate on the perspective the world should adopt regarding Garcia's performance, firmly stating her belief that his left hook should not be regarded as anything exceptional.
And the world keeps saying, oh, Devin didn't get out of the way of a hook. He got hit with a steroid hook. I don't know why you guys keep putting that word off. It's like, it wasn't just a hook. It's a steroid hook. And it hurt him since he got hit with it the first round. So it's like, yeah, he should have got out the way of the hook. He should have got out the way of every punch. But the hook and the right hands and stuff had a little bit more stuff on him because he was positive for, was it Osterine or something like that?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just don't like that concept.
As the highly anticipated match between Rolando "Raleigh" Romero and Ryan Garcia takes center stage, Claressa Shields believes Raleigh will be the one to dim the lights on Garcia in the ring. Expressing her excitement for the bout, Shields called it an unorthodox matchup and openly rooted for Raleigh to defeat Garcia. While firmly backing Raleigh, she also took a strategic approach to analyzing the fight, pointing out how it might unfold. Shields acknowledged that Garcia's jab and left hook will pose a challenge for Raleigh, and he might secure a knockout, but she remains confident that sooner or later, Raleigh will knock Garcia out.
Oh man, I think it's gonna be just a very unorthodox, crazy ass fight, but I'm hoping that, so my heart is with Rolly. I'm hoping that Rolly catch Ryan and put his damn lights out. But then also too, I'm going with my being strategic. I think that Ryan will try to use his jab and use that strong hook and maybe knock out Rolly. But I think it's gonna be a very, very good fight.
On the other hand, Shakur Stevenson believes Ryan Garcia will emerge victorious. Sharply criticizing Raleigh Romero's fighting skills, Stevenson pointed out that Raleigh simply doesn't possess the caliber needed to compete at this level. He praised Garcia's boxing ability, rating him highly in terms of technical skill, and concluded that Ryan is far superior to Raleigh. With his exceptional talents, Stevenson is confident that Garcia will secure a stoppage against Romero. He also made it clear that he views Ryan differently from others, directly challenging Claressa Shields' assessment of Garcia's abilities and persona.
Ryan.
Why and how?
Rolly's not that good. Ryan is a better boxer. Ryan's a good fighter. I don't look at Ryan the way other people look at him.
Yeah.
Expanding on his breakdown, Shakur Stevenson suggested that this fight could very well go the full 12 rounds. While some observers expect it to last just 6 rounds, Stevenson dismissed this view, pointing out that Raleigh Romero will likely push hard for a knockout and adopt a more aggressive approach, which would extend the fight. He emphasized that while Raleigh's aggression could make it a competitive contest, he sees a clear knockout in the future, with Ryan Garcia ultimately being the one to deliver it.
Do you feel it's a knockout for Ryan? Do you think it goes all 12?
I can see a knockout.
Yeah, a lot of people have said, knockout within 6 rounds. Do you feel that?
It go a little bit longer. Rolly, he's gonna try hard, so I can see it go longer than that.
While Claressa Shields is confident in Raleigh Romero's fighting style, Shakur Stevenson strongly disagrees. He firmly asserted that Raleigh has never been a better boxer throughout his career. When asked whether Raleigh had learned anything from his fight with Gervonta Davis, Stevenson pointed out that Raleigh lacks the ability to adapt or improve. He criticized Raleigh for not evolving as a fighter, arguing that if anything, he's gotten worse over time. Stevenson was adamant in his claim that Raleigh has remained the same fighter from the beginning of his career, with no visible improvements as he prepares to face Ryan Garcia.
Do you feel Rolly's the same fighter since the Tank fight?
Yeah, I think he's been the same fighter his whole career.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been no better or no worse. So.
Moving on, Claressa Shields, who has reignited her feud with Ryan Garcia, remains confident in her belief that Rolly Romero will give Ryan a tough challenge, and she's rooting for Rolly to win the bout. In explaining her reasoning, she pointed to Ryan's troubling behavior, which has disturbed her for quite some time. She went on to label Ryan as a disrespectful individual who has consistently shown his true character to her. Claressa made it clear that while the world may view Ryan's comeback as a chance to recover from his past steroid allegations, she believes he will never escape his reputation. For her, it has become a permanent part of his character.
And I feel like, too, I want Rolly to win because Ryan disrespectful, man. He's a disrespectful kid, and I think everybody giving him a pass now. He's doing better and he went to rehab or whatever the case may be. That stuff is in him, man.
Meanwhile, Claressa Shields has spoken out about the damage to her reputation caused by Ryan Garcia, stating that she holds no respect for him. Voicing her deep frustration, she accused Ryan of making false and deeply hurtful allegations against her, including a vile claim about her father that she described as utterly disgusting. Claressa firmly stated that Ryan will never get a pass from her, expressing her ongoing anger over his shameful actions. She condemned Ryan for taking the conflict to a personal level by attacking her family without any justification, showing a complete lack of respect for her and her loved ones.
Nah, he doesn't get a pass from me. Like, that stuff is in him. He was saying the N-word. He said things to me about my family, said that my dad raped me and all type of stuff. So
with a clear and firm statement, Claressa Shields condemned Ryan Garcia for making personal attacks on her family and throwing out allegations that were completely out of line. She emphasized that there is no chance of forgiveness, regardless of Ryan's claims that he was drunk or high at the time. Claressa criticized his actions, stating that Ryan had unnecessarily gone live on social media, making disrespectful comments and laughing it off, claiming he was just playing around. She made it clear that such behavior is unforgivable. Highlighting the double standard, she pointed out that if she were to go live drunk or high and make racial comments, people would hold her accountable for it. Claressa then demanded an apology from Ryan, insisting that he went too far with his assaultive remarks and that he needs to take responsibility for his actions.
I don't respect that, and it still hasn't been a apology from him yet. He tries to laugh. Oh, Claressa, I was playing. It was like, look, I don't care how drunk or how you was. That's not acceptable, because if I get drunk and high, and I go live and I go on spaces and I talk about Mexicans, blacks, whites, people are going to hold me accountable for that. So he doesn't get a pass because he was high and drunk. Like, no.
With eyes on the upcoming fight between Jose Ramirez and Devin Haney, Claressa Shields shared her perspective on the match. While praising Haney as a talented fighter, she noted the complications this fight could bring for him. Claressa suggested that Haney needs to work on his mental toughness and approach the fight with a strong, focused mindset when facing someone like Jose Ramirez. She pointed out that given Haney's extended inactivity, it could be a challenge for him to suddenly step back into the spotlight and face a fighter of Ramirez's caliber. Claressa praised Ramirez, recalling seeing him compete in the 2012 Olympics, and emphasized that he is no slouch in the ring. She warned that Ramirez will be a serious threat to Haney and will bring a lot of pressure, making it a significant challenge for the undefeated champion.
I think Devin is the better fighter, but he would have to overcome some things mentally in the fight, because Jose is very, very strong, and Devin has been inactive for a while. He hasn't been in the ring, so it's going to be different being under those lights with all those fans. He's getting booed every chance he gets. He's going to get booed walking out to the fight with Jose Ramirez. So I think he got to get mentally prepared for that. And Jose isn't a slouch. I went to Olympics with him 2012. And he's a really good fighter too.
In addition to her breakdown of the Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez matchup, Claressa Shields acknowledged the distinct differences between the two fighters. She recognized that while Devin Haney possesses excellent skills, Jose Ramirez also has the caliber, having fought and defeated big names in the ring multiple times. Claressa predicted a win for Haney, but hinted at the tough challenge Ramirez would present. She stressed that to win this bout, Haney would have to overcome significant mental hurdles. Claressa emphasized that Haney's ability to handle the pressure and stay focused would be crucial in securing the victory against such a formidable opponent like Ramirez.
So I think that Devin got the better skills and he may be a bit faster, but Jose has been in the ring with some very good people. He got good experience and he's a strong guy, so I look forward to seeing that fight. And I think that Devin wins it, but he has to overcome a lot mentally.
Furthermore, Claressa Shields expressed her frustration and harsh criticism toward Ryan Garcia for making disrespectful comments. She firmly stated that Devin Haney is far superior in terms of character compared to Ryan, and if given the chance to fight anyone, she would prefer to face Ryan Garcia. Claressa blasted him for making false allegations and saying hurtful things, especially on national TV, where he mocked her without taking any accountability for his actions. She asserted that if she ever crossed paths with Ryan, she would be ready to confront him, determined to punish him for his disrespectful behavior.
Devin's so much better than me, man, as far as in his character.
Yeah.
I feel like, because every time I see Ryan, I would have fought him. I would street fought him. You used drugs to cheat against me. It happened on national TV. You mocked me. You laughed about it.
Showing respect for Devin Haney, Claressa Shields took aim at Ryan Garcia, pointing out that it's his actions that have made her ready to give him a severe beating. She expressed a strong willingness to fight Ryan at any cost, asserting that if she ever gets the opportunity, she would deliver an unforgettable beating with her punches. Claressa emphasized that when the time comes to face Ryan, no one would dare stand in her way. In a sarcastic tone, she advised Ryan to stop bragging about his left hook, labeling it nothing more than a steroid hook that would be exposed when she steps into the ring to defeat him.
You keep telling everybody, oh, it's the hook, and you still not taking accountability. I don't know. I just feel like if that was to happen to me, I would fight that person every chance I got. Like, it would be hard for them to keep me off that person's ass. So I give Devin a lot of props.
Adding a softer tone for Devin Haney, Claressa Shields acknowledged that he has been through a lot. Despite her strong animosity toward Ryan Garcia, she pointed out that in their previous bout, Haney was badly beaten by Ryan and even knocked out multiple times, something she believes the world is aware of. However, Claressa emphasized that what concerned her more was the aftermath of that fight. If a rematch between Haney and Ryan were ever announced, she insisted that Ryan must first undergo VADA testing to prove he is no longer involved with drugs or any form of substance abuse. She also pointed out that the damage has already been done, suggesting that perhaps there is no real need for a rematch at all.
Yeah, still in the rematch, I hope that Ryan goes through VADA testing, just like Devin, and they can have a clean fight and we can see who's the better fighter. But like, I feel like the damage is already done, man. Like, it was 12 hard rounds. He got knocked down a lot. He took a very bad beating, and then he had to deal with the aftermath of it, you know. So it's a lot.
For Claressa Shields, the aftermath of the fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia holds more significance than the bout itself. She stated that the consequences a fighter faces after such a conclusion can be truly miserable. She referred to the social media trolling and the wave of hatred a fighter often faces when not only being beaten badly but also falling short of expectations. Despite this, Claressa expressed respect for Devin Haney, highlighting that his ability to maintain confidence in the face of such challenges is impressive. She even acknowledged that Haney's resilience makes him superior, noting that if she were in his position, the outcomes might have been very different. Claressa admired how Haney has been able to make a comeback without letting the criticism affect him, something she believes is a testament to his mental strength.
When I think about it, I don't look at it as just the fight. I look at what fighters go through after the fight. You know, what they go through on social media. You know, what they go through just from dealing with this person. You know, I think it's way deeper than what people, you know, think. But I have to give a lot of respect to Devin because he still walks around like he's that guy, which he should, but it's just, I don't know if I would still have the same confidence if something like that happened to me.
Furthermore, Claressa Shields continued to shower Devin Haney with respect, recognizing how he has remained classy and professional throughout everything. She asserted that if she had been in his position, she would have handled things differently. Despite being older now, Claressa admitted that the anger within her wouldn't have allowed her to stay patient and watch things unfold calmly. She emphasized that her reaction would have been far from composed, showing deep admiration for how Haney managed to stay poised under such pressure. She said, "It's not right, but I feel like, and that's why I say he's so much better than me, because I would have handled things so much differently, you know, but he stayed classy, he stayed professional. I'm older now, I'm 30, but the anger in me wouldn't have let me do that, and I just have a lot of respect for him for handling it the way he did." Claressa Shields went on to remind everyone that before the fight with Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney was part of the Four Kings, alongside Tank, Teofimo, and Shakur. She highlighted that after his fight with Ryan, everything took a dramatic turn in in the opposite direction. Not only did Haney lose, but then Ryan tested positive for PEDs, and there was no accountability from him for failing the drug test. Claressa pointed out that things just weren't in Haney's favor. On top of that, the Mexican fans supporting Ryan only made the situation worse, relentlessly attacking Haney on a personal level. She asserted that, in her eyes, no one showed serious concern for Haney amid all this tragedy, except for her. She made it clear that she was the one asking about him, showing care when others seemed to ignore his struggles.
Before Devin and Ryan fought, Devin was considered one of the four kings, right? Him, Shakur, Tank and Teofimo, right? So he's considered one of the four kings. He's undefeated. He's had tough fights. He's won. You know, he's the American dream. And then all of a sudden you have a hard camp, you do everything right, and then you lose weight that he lost. And then you have to deal with somebody who tested positive, has no empathy. You're getting dragged by all the Mexican fans. They're all Team Ryan. And they don't stop. They just continue attacking him. And it's like, no, to me, nobody really like showed concern for Devin. So I inboxed him a little bit, and I was checking on him to make sure he was okay. And he writing back like, hey, I'm good.
Adding her criticism of the ongoing beef with Ryan Garcia, Claressa Shields asserted that if Ryan ever plans to apologize to her, she would welcome it, but only if the apology is sincere. She mentioned that there have been a few people who have apologized to her personally, with Rolly Romero being one of them. Claressa went on to say that Ryan should never have crossed certain boundaries and should have kept her family out of the conflict, emphasizing that they are not public figures and deserve respect. She believes Ryan went too far, stepping beyond acceptable limits. However, she made it clear that if a genuine apology comes her way, she would be willing to forgive him.
They have to be very, very sincere. There's a couple guys who have apologized to me in boxing, Rolly being one.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know if it would be genuine coming from Ryan, because I don't know who he is as a person anymore. But like I said, I mean, I'm not against it, but some of this stuff is just I tell people all the time, you can say whatever you want to say about me, you know, but when it comes to my family, leave my family out of it. Leave my family alone, because they're not celebrities. They're not in the media.
It's like off limits.
It's like off limits, you know. So
well, that's all for today's breakdown on the heated drama between Claressa Shields, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney. It's clear that tensions are high, but one thing's for sure, the world of boxing is never short on controversy. What do you think? Will Ryan ever make amends, or is this rivalry here to stay? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive insights and updates on the biggest stories in boxing. Until next time, stay tuned and stay fierce.